Hey, ALW from ALW Collectibles. How's it all going? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are up and running, and we'll see how many people show up today. Let me say it's fun to be back. Took a little vacation, posted a lot of videos. Now we're back to this, and I'm having a lot of fun. Sorry, knocked over something on my desk. A lot of interesting stuff come out in the world of collecting: Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, and it's been a fun time for a collector, in my opinion. I've looked at a lot of stuff coming out, including new RoboCop figures. These Loki large figures, and Yolo Park, which I'll be building him online. That'll be really fun. My son just got me him. That's going to be a really cool video when I do that one. Yeah, so here we are. A lot of going on in the world of collectibles. Like I say, I do a live now every other month. I don't do one every month because I thought that was a little overkill for me. Gives me time to get some content together and some stuff that we can have fun with. So, yeah. Got a couple figures I want to show you. Reviews are going to be coming up. Lots of cool stuff going down. Don't mind me. Something I forgot to do before the video started. Because it never fails. When I go to video, somebody texts or calls me and it kind of jumps in my video. All right. There it is. Excuse me. So, yeah, a lot going on in the world of collectibles. A lot of sets have come out recently, and I just saw today the prototypes for another set I'm looking forward to, the Combaticons. Finished sets that are available. You do have the new Constructicons from Age of the Primes and the Studio Series set. I said Studio. These are Age of the... All right. Okay. I don't remember. Studio Series, 1986. For the Transformers, the movie. Can't believe I forgot that one. Really nice set if you can get your hands on it. Looks beautiful. Transformation's not that hard. I stood him next to the other one. He actually looks like a mini-me to the Combiner Wars. So it is a lot scaled down, but really nice overall. Other available ones that are complete right now, you can get Superion. And I like a lot. It's all 5 pieces. Looks fantastic. Goes together pretty nicely. You can pretty much make them with just the main body. You don't need all the pieces if you just want a large robot. I just like it because it has the aesthetic look and it looks fantastic. And I particularly like the chest plate and the head. I'll get into that when I do the reviews. On Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, I put up to see which one, Devastator or Superion. So far, Superion's in the lead. And of course, I'm still working on, I just posted one video. We're working on the Hearts of Steel set. And there's the other one for it. I don't know, the lighting's been a little bit of a struggle for me, but I'm working with it, and I'm going to work on that more. But yeah, a lot of things going on, you know, with a lot of the reviews. I saw some of the new timeline stuff, the Optimus, the Megatron, the Bumblebee, and the Starscream, which I really like that. Optimus is an ox. Megatron is a rhino. Not Starscream, some kind of bird, and I'm not really sure what Bumblebee Legacy is. Not Legacy, Timelines. The new Timelines figure for Bumblebee. Looks interesting. Looks very interesting. I was looking at some of the prototypes today when I was looking at the panels for BotCon. So looked really cool. Going to be really exciting to get those. And I noticed people liked the Masters of the Universe I did. Those came out really nice, I thought. So I got like 3 things going on here as usual. But yeah, a lot of fun things going on. Slowing it down with the world of collectibles. Again, there is so many things going on now. Hasbro, NECA, YOLO Park, Blokies. So many phenomenal figures have been coming out recently. I mean, even some of the pop figures that are coming out are just really cool. Those look really nice. And for a collector, this is really the time to be collecting, because there's so many ways you can get into the collecting business, or not business, but adventure actually is what it is. And you can see what you like. Again, I mean, I know my channel mostly focuses on Transformers. That is the majority bulk of my collection. But I am trying to get into other categories and put out other figures that I have, such as I am going to be doing the RoboCop figures. I have, I don't know if you can see them. I have a whole like assortment right here. Damaged RoboCop I've done. Video game, clear, Alex Murphy. And then I have RoboCop in the poster box that I'll be doing all those as well. This one will go back in the box afterwards because that looks really nice. And then, I got other figures. I still haven't opened a lot of them. Gonna try to be doing some wrestling figures. I have a lot of those I want to go through. Gonna be working on more Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I picked up a couple ones for the movie line, the 1990s movies. And just at Target tonight, I was going to get my hands on this. Been looking for it. Thought it was really cool. Like I said, I'm a Turtle fan. I think it's really cool that they're coming out with a lot of the older stuff in a new, modern, updated look. I'm trying to keep that under control. I do have the Ronin, and I have, the movies 1, 2, and 3. Turtles 1, Turtle Secret of the Ooze, and 3, Turtles in Time. I'm going to be working, like I said, YOLO Park. Going to see if anybody wants to see this guy built on camera, or I'm just going to build him and then do a review on him afterwards. This was a gift from my son. So I'm looking forward to putting this guy together. And I do have, I am making a large mess, several Halloween figures coming up very soon. And I do apologize for people who have, anybody who watches this with photosynthesis or whatever it's called, sensitivity. I do have flashing lights behind me. I do have motion lights in here, and they kick on and off. Sorry. Little preview of Halloween coming up. We got Beetlejuices and some Nightmare Before Christmas. Should be really cool. I have 5 in total that I'm going to be doing. And they'll start on Wednesday, Thursday, and then Halloween itself will have 2. Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, Halloween. So, a lot going on. A lot of fun. And speaking of the Halloween coming out, everybody out there have a safe and happy Halloween. Enjoy the blast. Just be careful. That's all I got to say. Father, 3 kids. It's something I'm very safe with my kids, and I know everybody else is with theirs, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Just have fun with it. It's a time to be silly and be goofy That's why, I'm glad I did some sets that I've done recently. I have another, speaking of silly and goofy, Skeletor and Demogorgon. Still got to do that. To me, this crossover is a little goofy, but it's a lot of fun. Sorry, trying to catch up on this. There we go. Back to what I was saying, collectibles and stuff. And like I'm always talking about collecting responsibly. A lot of good websites out there to collect off of. Big Bad Toy Store, CMD, Hasbro, Walmart, Target, Amazon. Pick the one you want. I deal with all of them. And I bring that up because I'm noticing recently a lot of prices are different depending on where you're buying them because of the whole tariff thing, which I'm not even going to get into. But still, a lot of sites are working with collectors, and that is awesome. Because of that is how I was able to finish Devastator. So again, I think this thing is awesome. I got to rearrange my movie shelves and get him on the Decepticon shelf. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. A little bit bigger than I thought he was going to be. Not as big, but still really, really nice. That looks really nice. And I like that you can store all the guns on him. So, one less thing for me to worry about losing weapons. You can do the same thing with Superion. I just don't like the way they look, so I actually have them in a little bag, and they're probably going to go on a shelf with him somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, because I got to do some rearranging in here. I'm running out of room. Hello. Hello, Audric. Weber, 5658. But yeah, so like I said, getting down to what I was going to talk about today, which, was some of the videos I've been doing and how I'm enjoying them. And I'm hoping that they're helping people, and I'm hoping you're having an enjoyable time watching them. I'm always looking for feedback on how I'm doing with them and what you think I can do better. And like I say, I know the lighting sometimes is a challenge with them. Not going to pretend like I'm the most top tier reviewer in the world. I'm still brand new at this, still learning my way through this, and I'm still going to keep learning. But I'm having fun, and hopefully I can help you, and that you have fun watching the videos as well. Like I said, I'm trying to do the videos I've been saying I was going to do. That's why I want to get caught up. I fell a little behind because I've had a lot going on. That is one of the reasons I'm making sure before they do the Halloween videos that the timeline figures get done. And these guys look pretty cool. Check it out. Starscream actually has a propeller on his chest. That is a really cool Starscream. So that's going to be a fun one when I transform him. And then, of course, Optimus. And these are actually set up on my desk waiting for review right now. That's why I keep reaching over here. I did the Megatron. I did the Bumblebee already, which I thought came out pretty good. And I thought Bumblebee was really cool as a little engine. I thought that looked fantastic. Really good. Good call out to the Hearts of Steel comic series. If you have a chance to read that, I would highly suggest it. It is a lot of fun. I would love to see them do the Star Trek crossover, to be honest. Give us the Maximus Enterprise. I would be stoked for that. The Star Trek Transformers crossover comic book, fantastic. I had a lot of fun reading that. I actually have a copy of it. I was kind of hoping, but we'll see what happens. Little hint to Hasbro there. Work with Paramount. Get us that figure. I think we'd have a lot of fun with it. Besides that, a lot more crossovers coming over and a lot of toy realms, especially with Stranger Things hyping up right now, coming close to the end of that show, which I admit I watched the first 2.5 seasons, and I'll be the first to say it. I kind of lost interest in it. It's still a very good show, but it couldn't hold my interest. But again, with the crossovers that come out, the toy line for them themselves that come out, I have the original figures that came out for the series. I thought they were really cool. I just haven't opened any of them. Probably won't, because I want those to sit like the Big Bang Theory. I've got all the figures for that. Those are just hanging on the wall, and I'm not going to do anything with those unless people want to see a review on them. But then we'll see what happens in time. If that's an interest, drop that in the comments. Let me know what you think of that. But again, you know, all these different toy lines I was talking about, I'm trying to work my way to get some more Deadpool and Wolverines from that movie. I've got quite a few Deadpools. I want to review those. It's just trying to find the time to mix them all up now. Because like I said a couple minutes ago, the biggest bulk of my collection is mostly Transformers. Because that's what I got into first. And I'm working my way through it. But I'm having fun. And that's the key point for when I started this channel, was to have fun doing this and maybe help I can't speak. Help someone out with this if they're stuck on a spot, you know. How does this part turn? How does this change? It's the same thing. Always trying to help out with that. I've done it several times. I've gone on other channels and I've looked at their videos and it's like, oh, that's how it's done. The other thing I've done, and I admit this, is after I do a review, I like to find other reviewers that have done the same figure and just to see the differences that we all find in them. I found one reviewer that loved Injector, Beast Wars Injector, fell in love with it, think it's one of the greatest Transformers ever made. I'm the complete opposite. I can't stand it. It's back in my collection because I wanted to do the video on it. I personally cannot stand it. But everybody's different. Everybody has their own differences. And that's the fun thing about the collecting community, is that we're all different, but we all have the same, I want to say same type of mentality. We all want to just have fun with it. Like, I try not to take this too serious. I enjoy collecting. I really have a blast with it. And sorry about something that's about to fall over. And it just did. Okay, stay. But I really believe with collecting, you should have a lot of fun and enjoy what you're collecting. To collect, to be a collector, to just collect, in my opinion, is not collecting. That's obsessing about it. And that's just my opinion. I enjoy every series I collect. I've got Hot Wheels. I've got, you know, odds and ends stuff like this, little figurines. I've got, you know, G.I. Joe crossovers with the Transformers. Of course, Transformers, Power Rangers. I've done those videos. I really do enjoy all of the fields that I collect and all the different genres and collections. And I have a blast with them. I never think I need to collect just to make a video for you. I make a video because I wanted to showcase that figure. And like I said before, if someone wants to see the figure and maybe they're on the fence about it. Maybe they don't know if this is what they want because they can't see it in the box. Who knows? That's my ramble for the day. Sorry. It really is fun. The other part that I like to do is, of course, being more organized with it. So when I just do display it and I do show it off on the video, I have everything together, such as the originals. I'm trying to get the readouts back for them. I have them all put away. They're all over the place. And I'm trying to group them together. So when I do an original from 86, 87, 88, all the way up to about 2001 when they stopped pretty much bios. A little farther than that. Yeah, whatever. About 2001 when they stopped bios. I want to make sure I have the bio with the figure so you can see it and I can read it properly. So I do have a couple of those coming up. Generation 1s. I have Chain Claw coming up. A couple of the original small ones. Cliff Jumper. I can see them from here. Beachcomber, Huffer, Hound, Pipes, Jazz, Ironhide. A couple of those I'll be doing. They are not complete. I got Perceptor right up here on my desk. He's still in a process of being fixed. I have his equipment. I'm missing, you know, the knobs for his forearms, and his head does not stay up no matter what I do with it. I'm probably gonna have to open it up and then fix the gear. But toys that are almost 40 years old, that's what's gonna happen. But again, this is things that I like to do with them, and I really have a blast, and I really do enjoy it. And I'm always asking on my videos, where the first time you got exposed to a certain figure or a certain genre, because I'm kind of curious with that, with different origins and how different cartoon versus comic versus this all has different origins. Such as I was mentioning He-Man, and somebody I know saw the He-Man video, and they never knew the original comic. He-Man was never Prince Adam in the original comic. He was just a barbarian. Prince Adam came about because of Color Formation, the animation company that made the cartoon. They worked with Hasbro to create a toy-based origin for He-Man. Originally, in the toys, it was going to be Prince Adam and He-Man as two separate characters. The cartoon is what merged them into one. So, really cool. And trying to see how people learn of different origins. I mean, Transformers, there's so many different genres, so many different origins for so many different figures. It's a lot of fun to do with. Same thing with, Power Rangers, all the different starts for all the different series. G.I. Joe, depending on where you learn, different people have different origins. I think it's really cool when I'm doing reviews and I go and look up this information. I find more than one origin story for some people. Skeletor for He-Man, in the cartoon, they never explain who he was. Cartoon just starts off, Skeletor's already Skeletor, he's the villain, and he's acting bad. In the comic, it explains he was a wizard, he was wronged, he got in with the wrong crowd, so forth, and it really gives you a backstory. So many different ways to look at a lot of figures, and I think it's really cool. Where did I get this shirt? My wife. My wife bought this because I am a huge Snoopy fan. I have been my entire life. Thinking other collectibles, Snoopy's another thing. And I always give props out to my wife and to my son and my friends and family. They've supported me in my collecting. I'm sure it drives them nuts a lot. I have no doubt it does. And for that, I am sorry to them. It's just who I am. And I really have fun doing it. And they've been a great support and a great support system behind it. They've helped me a lot get what I have. Not at all, huh? And I wouldn't be where I am without them. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. And what they say, if you do something on the internet or say something on the internet, it's there forever. And I'm not afraid to admit, I love my family and friends and everybody dear to my heart that has helped me get where I am in here. And I thank them all. It has been an amazing journey that just keeps rolling, and I'm having a lot of fun. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do my videos. And the funny thing is I've seen people on other sites that I've looked at, they're always talking about, you need high views, you need this. If one person watches my videos, and I said this, and I'll stand on this hill, I'm happy. If just one person watches the video, I'm happy. Because that means I actually had one viewer. It doesn't matter if I get one. Yep, I'll get right to that in 1 second. I have a question here. Looking at any upcoming sets. I already answered that, but I'll answer it again in 1 second. Yes. And I just wanted to bring this point home. I didn't start this to try to become YouTube famous, to become popular, or anything like that. I did this because I love toys. I love collectibles. I love giving the information I have in a constructive way to help somebody if I can. Growing up, there was not many sources for collectors to go through. Particularly if you were really into a toy line, you pretty much got picked on a lot. World has changed so much. Collectors are seen as part of society. I'm grateful for that. But we really had a small community. Nowadays, the community of collectors has exploded and grown. And I'm grateful to be a tiny portion of that. Having said that, the question was looking at any upcoming sets. Yes. The BotCon panel, I believe it was either today or yesterday, I think it was yesterday, showed the prototypes for the new Bruticus. And those look nice. They were gray plastic moldings, no colorations except for Brawl they used from the previous set, which was Combiner Wars, for size comparison. And it looked really cool. I thought it was really awesome. That's going to be a fun set to look at. I'm also looking to get the rest of the primes because I want to know if they're going to stop at the 13 cannon, or are they going to expand it into as many as they can, because the cannon for the 13 primes varies depending what storyline you're following. You have your main ones, Alpha Trion, Prima, Vector Prime, Solus, and the Fallen. But such as with this line now, Star Optimus Prime, which was Star Convoy in Japan, is now considered part of the 13. In Japan, he was not part of the 13. But in some storylines here in the US, he is. Some in the UK, he is. But then you take him out and they replace him with somebody else, the Forgotten. So there's so many options and there's so many different names. You could probably write a book about that thick with all the names that they've thrown in and out for all of the 13s. So it's going to be interesting to see if they keep that really going and expand on the 13s and put the alternates in there, because that'd be really exciting. Be honest, it's going to suck for me because I'm running out of room for them, but I will get them and I will put them together somehow. Even if I got to condense shelves and tighten them up even more, I will. I mean, I already have to rearrange this room for lighting anyway, so might as well throw another shelf in here if I can. But yeah, there is a lot of sets I'm looking at, but I always try to collect responsibly. All because, like, I see a pre-order doesn't mean I have to pre-order at that minute. I know eventually I'll get it. And I'm trying to be better at that. And I've made a little rushing here and there. So I've had a lot of fun with that. And seeing some of the up-and-coming other figure and toy lines. Mask, Mobile Armored Strike Command coming out. Super stoked for that. Can't wait. Those I did pre-order because they go so quick. They were a big part of my childhood. I had so many of those. But those, like the G.I. Joes, poof, gone. I don't know what happened to them. I think I have one mask for one figure. That's it. All the rest of them are gone. I have no idea what happened to them. And those disappeared. I swear to God, they disappeared around the same time all my G.I. Joes did when I went to the Army. I have a theory, but I'm not going to go there. I have a theory. Getting back on a side note, so many new toy lines are being redeveloped, revamped, redone. I mean, unfortunately, I've seen a couple toy lines I think they really shouldn't mess with. I personally am not a fan of the larger new G.I. Joes. I wish they'd leave in 3/4 inch, because I think that'd be really cool to bring those back. Because those come with the crossover Transformers, Megatron, Soundwave, Bumblebee, and Cup. I don't have Bumblebee, but I know he's made. Wasn't thrilled on the look with him. Eventually, I might get him, might not. I don't know yet. But still up in the air about that one. But I wish they'd leave them in that size, 3 3/4 inch, because I think that's the perfect size for the G.I. Joes, because they scale so nice with so many toy lines. And, reading about the upcoming mask set, a lot of questions are the figures the same size? 2 3/4 inch figures. Find out. Should be a lot of fun when they come in, because I did get the pre-order in on those, and those looked really nice. Alrighty. So Sorry. Cool. Cool. Yeah, other than that, just, been having a lot of fun with this recently. Like I said, I did fall behind on some videos. I am getting better at it, trying to catch up. Again, I want to. The biggest chunk of my collection is Transformers. Speaking of which, just picked him up. I thought that was the coolest. Micronus Prime. That review is going to be unique because he is very small. And he actually comes with an exosuit to wear to make him larger. Really fun. Messed with him for like several hours while I was playing with that. Yep. Question I got was, any new movies coming out soon or for any series you're interested in? Like FNAF, the Avatar, 2 very good ones. Cannot wait for those. Those look really good. Another one coming out, The Predator Badlands. Of course, done Predator videos. I have a lot more to do of those. Cannot wait. Really excited for that. Again, like I said, fell behind, so I have a lot more. I have about, I want to legitimately say about 20 to 25 Predators I still need to review. But it's just getting it done, finding the time to get all the information, because I just don't want to do, here's the toy, here's what it looks like, here's how it's done, be done. I don't like doing that. I want to try and find something that would set me apart, but not completely copy everybody. It's another reason I try to do the videos in the format that I'm doing, and trying to do some of the movie reviews, because when I see Badlands, I'll definitely let people know how it is. Same thing with Avatar. It looks really good. Fire and Water. Fire, I can't remember the full name. And then the FNAF 2. That looks really good. I saw the trailer for that. So, lots of movies coming out. I can't, believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to Zootopia 2. I love the first one. Thought it was really cool. I want to see the second one. I was checking it out. It is up on a couple places for advertisement. I haven't seen a trailer yet, so I want to see one and see what it's going to be about. That's fun. This light over here keeps kicking on every time I move my arm. I mean, out in the chat, if there's any movies anybody's looking in to see, let me know. No, definitely let me know. Because I'm always looking for a good movie to see. Good television series to watch too. I know my family likes The Rookie. They love watching that. They think that's really cool. I thought Lucifer was great. Fantastic series of shows. So, gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of things. And the fun thing about that is when videos like that come out or movies like that come out, there's always a wave of toys that come out with them. Especially for Predator. I can already see NECA going hog wild with all the figures. It's like the new Witcher's coming out. We have a new person replacing. I cannot think of his name. I can see his figure right in front of me. I can't think of his name right now. Wow. Henry Cavill is being replaced as the Witcher. And they're going to come out with new figures for that. I want to see the show before I collect those figures. Same thing with FNAF. I want to see how the new looks for the figures are going to be before I collect them. Avatar, I'm going to buy them. I already know it. I have several on a shelf up behind me, all the way up in the top corner, and I'll be adding to that. I have Sully in his wheelchair, Jake on his Banshee, Cordage in his armor, which I still got to finish those. I was having a lighting issue. Side note for you. Hopefully my new light, I haven't tried it yet. The previous light I had, my ring light, was making Colonel Cordage glow. And I didn't understand why. I'd put him under a normal light, which was flushing it out. It was hard to see, but he wasn't glowing. But when I did it with the ring light so I could shoot the video, his whole body went translucent. you couldn't see him because all it was this bright figure. So hopefully I can do that one now. That just reminded me. I'm glad he said that with Avatar. So that ought to be a lot of fun. Any expectations for the FNAF movie? No, I'm going in with no expectations. I've played some of the video games. I have not read any of the information. I am brand new still to that series, and I'll be the first to admit that. So I'm going in with an open mind and just to see how they go with the story. You know, my son got me into the games. I've played a lot of the games. I've had a lot of fun with them. But as far as the movies go, I have no real canon to go off of. And I want to see how it's going to play out and what they're going to do with it. So that should be a lot of fun. Same thing with the Avatar movies. You can kind of see the direction they're going with it. I'm hoping they do, and it looks really fun. Question for the groups out there, though. When it comes to reviewing movie figures, would it be easier for everybody to have videos done in succession? So say I do the FNAF 2 movie. Figures. Would it be easier to do several of those in a line or just break them up in between other figures? That's a question for the community in general. I got one vote for videos in a row. So let me know in the comments when you watch this video what you think. Do you want to see 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row for the same set? And then I move on and maybe revisit it? No drink review. Been there, done that. Actually, changed my mind. Drink. Good. Thank you. My dog cup. I stole that from my wife. But yeah, so I want to see what's in the cup. My special juice. It's soda and ice. Maybe something else mixed with it. Oh, I swear to God, you guys do this just to throw me off my game. I'm not plugging a product. Oh, I'm being asked in the comments, what drink, what's ice, what soda. Back to what I was saying. We're going to have a discussion when I get out of here, and I think you're going to lose the other side. I fixed it so I couldn't get heckled. I'm being heckled by my own family. All right, back to what I was saying. So, the question I was asking was, also das sprechen Sie Deutsch. When it comes to reviewing series sets, drop in a comment either on this video or on my latest video and let me know what you think. Do you want succession videos or broken up? Because I do have a couple of videos I am going to be doing soon that are going to be all succession. They are non-transformers. I am thinking of doing another setup like I did last time with all the transformers on a big powwow and setting them all up in different poses and stuff because that was a lot of fun. My son helped me with that. I had a blast with that one. Except this time, my question is, instead of Transformers, RoboCop. What was the other one I had in my mind? Stranger Things or Predator? I only got a few avatars, bud. That would be the smallest setup in the world. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 avatars. Avatar meets Predator. Stranger Things. I like that too. Because like I said, I want to start doing the review on the figures for the original series. And there are some nice ones from the new series. I was at Walmart a couple days ago, and they actually have large figures. And they look pretty cool. You know, updated Hopper, updated 11. They look really cool. So that should be fun. I want to open those and do those reviews. And as we get closer to Stranger Things, I think I'm going to do those reviews. Again, the only issue with doing those, I got to find a place to put them afterwards because I can't reseal those boxes. Blister packs will probably go to the garbage. I'll keep the cardboard backers, and then I got to find a place for the figures because I do have a couple exclusives in that set. I did get the Upside Down Barb, which was a GameStop exclusive. Thumbs up to GameStop for having exclusives like that because they're a lot of fun. So Avatar meets Predator and a Stranger Things setup, that we can do. Those we can definitely do. That's not too bad. I like that idea. See, my family co-runs my channel. I mean, maybe one of these days I'll open up these 300 Hot Wheels I have and make a whole racetrack out of them too. Who knows? Yeah, so like I say, you know, as far as collectibles go and reviews, working on it. Trying to get the lighting of some of them. I think some of the lighting issues have been fixed with this stuff, but hopefully it's getting better. And I always throw it out. If anybody has a particular figure you want me to cover, let me know the name and I'll see what I can do. I will see if I have it in my set or if it's available. Because I do have a lot more. They're just not all in this room. If I had them all in this room, I wouldn't have room to sit in here. And it is dry in here. The other crossover I forgot to mention, was actually one right behind me. For the collectors out there, I want to know what you think. GoBots rebranded as Transformers. So this is Crasher rebranded as a Decepticon in the Age of the Primes line. Also was released in Legacy Unity. Different box art, so I ended up getting them both. But I want to know what you think of that. Several of the GoBots, Guardians, and Renegades have been re-released in the Transformer line as either Autobots or Decepticons. So, kind of want your take on it. I'm still up in the air about it. I would be fine if they'd make a link to the GoBots and incorporate them into the Transformer world. They did in a small comic, but I want to see it on more mainstream because Hasbro did buy the rights to the GoBots. So Hasbro does own all of the GoBots. Another thing I'm looking forward to as far as TV shows, the Fallout Season 2. Plus the Fallout video games. I'm looking for the updates. I'll be honest, I just reinstalled Fallout 76 so I can start doing the missions for the Ghoul. And no front flip. My legs won't take that. And Fallout 4 is expecting a large update instead of getting Fallout 5 now. So that ought to be a lot of fun. Favorite Fallout game? Audric Weber 5658. His personal is New Vegas. That's a tough one. If I have to go on pure gameplay and the fun I've had with them, I have to go with Fallout 4. But not to take anything away from 3, New Vegas, or 76. Because 76, I got into, kind of weeded my way out of it, because when I got into it during the beta phase and then early on when you had a bunch of people running around, they weren't trying to play the game, they were just killing other people off in the game. It wasn't fun, got really monotonous, so I stopped playing for a while. Seems like things have changed on that front. Kind of touching base with it. It was 76 was new, inventive. It was the first game like that with a big landscape that you could play on. Didn't really have much rules to follow. You could go out and do anything you wanted, and that's what people were doing. It kind of discouraged me from playing. Then when I tried it again later, it was still being updated and fixed. Now it seems like a lot of it's changed. Like, I was playing it for about 45 minutes this morning. I was having a blast going through all the new features. I met 2 people online, actually chatted with them back and forth through the emojis, because I don't use my headset that often. So I actually had a blast. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that. But the Fallout 4 is one of my all-time favorites, because I be the first to say it. I use cheat codes mainly for construction and materials, and I build mega fortresses for each one of the towns. And then when I do the Nuka-Cola quests, I love to see how long it takes to get through those defenses that I've built. So I have so much fun with 4 when I play. So to answer that question, Fallout 4, one of my favorites. And I actually have 2 figures, large figures I'm going to review. I'm pointing up because they're up above my head. I was going to do the small mini figures. They come about this big and they come apart. The problem is with those things, they are so hard to pop the pieces in and out and interchange them. I would spend 10 minutes doing one figure, just pulling it apart and putting it back together. Sort of like Megatron for timelines. I had an issue with the shoulder. I swear it took me about 4.5, 5 minutes on one shoulder to get it fixed. So, any belt reviews coming up? Actually, yes. I have not abandoned the second site to use to do my belt reviews. I have quite a few I want to do. Now that I have some better equipment, I have to find time with my moderator, which is also my assistant, my son, and go in there and actually work on the mic and then make the videos. I kind of put those on hold just to get that done. Now that we have time to do it again, hopefully soon, I have a bunch of belt videos I want to do. Again, I have the entire WCW collection. You can see a couple of them here in the corner. All the 1980 and early 90s WWF belts, NWA belts. Let's add unpaid. You know what? Yeah, you're unpaid. You're my son. It's okay. That goes 2 ways. So, yeah, a lot of belt reviews coming up. And like I said, with some of the belt reviews, I really cannot wait to do. That's a big boy. Let me tell you, this thing is not light. 91 to 93 WCW World Title. This thing's beautiful. So yeah, belt reviews definitely. I would like to get some more UFC videos in here to do some UFC items that I'm not 100% comfortable with. That I do have to have my son's help with. Again, I'm old school UFC. Ken Shamrock, Dan Severn, Kimbo Slice, guys like that. He's more up to date, well more versed on it than I am with all the newer stuff since those guys have all been out. Completely lost, but still very cool. Halloween, let's start early. Very cool, very awesome, a lot of fun. So we'll see where that goes. I gotta put this guy down because he actually gets heavy pretty quick. Yes. May Kimbo Slice rest easy. And yes, probably pound for pound, in my opinion, one of the hardest hitters you'd ever find. The man did not back down. He had no back switch. He never stepped back. He always went forward, and nothing but respect for him. Nothing but respect. So many guys like that, from when I was watching it, the pioneer days of UFC when it was just making mainstream media are pretty much gone now. But we're going to let that go. But those are the things I'm looking forward to doing. I really am looking forward to keep putting out videos to the best of my ability. And the funny thing is, I found a way that I feel comfortable doing them the way I have been doing them. I noticed my last 2-3 videos, I've tried to slow down when I talk, take breaks in between. This way I'm not garbling words or rushing through them. I do have a couple bloopers I need to put up because they were funny to me. And I'm going to put them in my, I even forgot the name of that section. Community tabs, such as the openings, a couple of the figures. I was setting a couple of them up. They fell over. I still say to this day, I wish I had the camera rolling when I opened Gary Gruberson from Ghostbusters, back when the table was sitting right next to me here, because I have a shelf on the wall over there. And all I did is I opened the plastic, I put my finger on the back, and I pushed up. And it wasn't even a hard push. It was a slight push. There was so much pressure behind that figure. He went up, over, and landed on the top shelf, just missing the ceiling. And I was laughing so hard, I had to run to the bathroom. I could not stop laughing. I was the only one in the house when it happened. I wish I had somebody else here with me. It was so damn funny. It was one of the highlights, and my camera was not rolling at that point. But yet it catches the day I broke Leonardo's sword by accident in his hand. Go figure. That's why I'm trying to do a couple behind-the-scenes videos for you, let you see what I'm doing, opening packages, setting videos up, as other things I'm going to be working on. I am going to try setting up a video to show you me doing some of my research so you can see how I put these videos together. Because like I said earlier, I want to show you why I'm trying to be different from other people. I don't want to cut and paste and copy what everybody else is doing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just not what I wanted. When I started this channel, my wife asked me an honest question. What's going to make me different from everybody else? One being me. I am a very interesting person when it comes to how I talk. I screw up my speech so many times in a video. I stumble over my words. I talk fast. And it gets very repetitive and very comical to some people that have watched the videos from what I've been told. The other thing is how I'm trying to take an approach to it. Instead of looking at the video or looking at the figure such as this, I'm trying to give you what I see and what I like and what I don't like about it. But I'm trying to do it in a way that's not putting it down. Unless it's a figure I just truly cannot stand. And I'll be honest, doing the Injector video was one of the toughest and most painful videos. Over 300 plus videos I've done. That was the hardest video I've ever done. I almost did not make it through that video. But yeah, again, live streams every other month. Next one will be back in December. I don't need to do one every month because to me, that's overkill for me. Plus, it gives me time to get stuff together for the video. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you all have a lot of fun watching the videos. And I do appreciate everybody who's been watching the videos, who's made a lot of comments. I know on several other media platforms, I get a lot of comments on TikTok. I get comments on Instagram. And I'm going to share some of this video with them as well. I would love to be able to one day go live on all 3 platforms simultaneously, but that'll be in time. because it takes a while to get there because you have to have a certain number of people. But you do what you got to do. On that note, it's been about almost 55 minutes of me just rambling. And I'm well aware of that. Which means my family's going to pick on me, but bring it on. I do enjoy doing this stuff, and I enjoy doing the videos for you. I'm glad that I can. ALW Collectibles is going to keep going with a lot more videos. I am trying to do some slight modifications. I am working on a new logo. So it's not just a photo of one of my shelves with just my name plastered on it. I am actually trying to draw up a logo. I'm not the greatest artist, so I don't know how it's going to come out. I'm still working on it. But with all of that, I do thank everybody. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you watching the videos, the comments you leave. I appreciate it when I miss something in a video. Someone's not afraid to say, hey, you missed this or you did this wrong. I do appreciate that because I think that makes me better. And I do like the constructive criticism. If someone, calls me out on something and say, you like my national heavyweight title review, someone mentioned I missed a couple holders of the belt. I'm grateful they did that. I didn't have I went back and looked at my notes. They weren't in there. But then when I went back and looked at 2 more websites, they were right there. So that was my screw up. And I'm grateful somebody called it out on so that I can be better, be more diligent when I do those. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. This has been ALW Collectibles. If you like what you see, as always, hit the like button, subscribe if you wish. Comments are always welcome. I thank every single person who leaves a comment, watches a video, even a couple seconds of a video. I do appreciate it. I hope to catch you in the next video. Next video coming up will be the second half of the timelines video. And then from there, I have a couple RoboCops I'm going to be working with, more Predator videos. I have a YOLO Park I want to put together. And I do have 2 more Blokies that I do want to review that I did put together. So a lot more coming up on the channel. You all have a good night, and I'll catch you next time.